exciting video today. I'm going to be sharing a bunch of SANJIII stuff that I've gotten recently over the past about 2 months. So I've been saving up some of these video clips so I could do them all together in one video. But I've been so excited to get this SANJIII shelf set up and to share all of my new pickups. So there will be timestamps below, so feel free to use those to jump around because we're going to start the video with SANJII's resin unboxing and setup. And after that will be a bunch of clips of opening all of my pin mail over the past 2 months. Then when my pin board is down on the ground and I had just finished getting it set up, I'll do a little overview, and then we'll come back to this view at the end. Hi everyone! So, as you just saw, I got all of my pins opened up from their packages. I had ordered this big corkboard and it took several weeks to get to me, so while I was waiting for it, I just had a bunch of pins just sitting in a box carefully together, waiting to be able to be displayed. I did kind of get things set up when I had most of the pins in already, and then just now I went through and adjusted a couple of them to put in a few of the latest pins that I've gotten since I initially put everything in. And I'm really happy with how it looks and just all of the pins that I've gotten. As you can see here at the bottom of the corkboard, I have 3 prints just because I don't have enough pins to fully fill the pin board. And I did purposefully want the majority of my pins along the top because this is going to be going on a shelf on my bookcase with some things in front of the board. But so to fill up some of that empty space, I have a few of the SANJIII prints that I like, and then some of the smaller pins just holding them in and securing them. This one down in this corner is the only panel pin that I have so far, so I wanted it somewhere with a squared edge. I do have one more on the way, so I am envisioning it going along with this one, so that's why I have this open space here. And then in addition to that panel pin, I do have one more that is currently on the way to me. So I'm imagining it's going to go somewhere in here depending on where the posts are on the back of the pin. But you can probably tell I tried to have some kind of organization to all of this. So I have more of my like orange and red and yellow pins on this side, and then more of my like blue and dark pins on this side. And I don't have them organized by the metal type, like this one is black nickel, and these are all gold. Whereas over here, this one is black nickel with gold around those ones. So I guess just like the main color of the pin, I wanted to kind of have by similar tone pins. And then in between the different kind of color groups, I just have my more white and silver pins. But of all the pins that I've gotten, this one is my favorite. I love this one. It's funny how big it is. I didn't expect it to be this big despite having seen the measurements when I ordered it, but I'm so happy with it. And I do have all of my favorite pins kind of centered here, like centered and shifted to the side, because my view of this pin board on the shelf that it sits on, where I normally sit and I'm looking at the shelf, it's from this side of my room looking this way. So the section of my pin board that I can see the most clearly is right here. So these are my favorite pins. But then obviously I do like all of my pins, otherwise I wouldn't have ordered them. But I love how there is a good mix of pins that are of SANJIII actually looking like how he does in the manga and anime, like with his outfit and just how he looks. And then there are some other ones like this one where he has long hair pulled back in a bun, and this one where he has a big tattoo on his back. Of course, this SANJIII ship is not canon. He doesn't have his own ship, but I just couldn't resist getting this. It was so cute. Blue, so in his colors, and then with a mermaid and his pirate flag, all the hearts. But unfortunately, this corkboard is not self-healing, so as I get more pins in and make adjustments, there will be some visible pinholes, which probably will bug me, but I'm not gonna think about it until I get there. The couple of adjustments that I did make, I was able to remove a pin and then put a pin nearby so it could cover the holes. But I'm just already going to accept that there are going to be holes whenever I start moving things around. So I'm going to go ahead and get this put up on the shelf now and get a few things set up on the shelf with it. Like I'm planning to have my doujinshi and some of my fan books on the shelf with this board as well. And I'm also going to have my resin figure of SANJIII on the shelf too. So I'm going to put it all together and then show you guys how it all looks. Okay, so this is my shelf for all of my SANJIII merch. At the very end of the video, I'll do a little pan for the shelves above and below this one to show just some of my different one-piece manga and merch setup. But I wanted this shelf to just be dedicated to all of my pins, my resin figure, and a few other merch items. If you look closely, the print up here in this corner is an ASL print, so it isn't Sanji, it's Ace, Sabo, and Luffy. But it was the perfect placement for it, so I just went ahead and put it over there. In this clear box here, I have all of my One Piece doujinshi and all of the fan books that I've gotten so far. And then on this side, it's all Sanji prints. And then this yellow album right here is my card album for my One Piece cards. And I predominantly collect Sanji, but I also have a few other non-Sanji characters that I have cards of as well. I'm really happy with Sanji's figure going right here. It's the perfect size, the perfect space for him. And another thing that's kind of nice with my setup is because I have all of the pins on the top of the board, it is a bit top heavy. So while I do have the base of the board pulled out a little so that it can be leaning back, I would worry that it could topple over and fall, or just even being tilted back, it could just shift and tilt forward because of the weight. But it's really nice having this resin statue here on one side and then this little bin of books on this side because they're both kind of heavy. And as a result, if the board does start to tilt at all, these will impede it from actually falling forward. And I'm so happy this pin board is the perfect size for this shelf. I did have to make some adjustments to where this shelf on the bookcase was set up so that there would be room for it. But after I ordered it and I adjusted this shelf, when I got this pin board in the mail, the first thing I did was come and hold it in front of the shelf and make sure that it would actually fit. And it is a perfect fit for the width and height of this bookcase and this shelf. But I hope you enjoyed watching as I did Sanji's resin unboxing and setup, as I opened up all my pin mail and got my board all set up. I'm going to go ahead and end this video with a pan of this One Piece bookcase. And let me know in the comments what you think of my new setup. And if you're a fan of One Piece, who your favorite character is. But I hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you again soon in another video. Thank you.